Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
Mr Speaker, in accordance with the decision of the Business Committee, I seek leave for the House to suspend for the dinner break following the maiden statement of Mika Waitiri today.
Leave is sought for that course of action. Is there any objection? There is none.
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
Mr Speaker, I move that the sitting of the House on Tuesday the 6th of August 2013 be extended from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Wednesday the 7th of August 2013 for consideration of the interrupted debate on the third reading of the Appropriation 2013-14 Estimates Bill and the second and third readings of the Impress Supply Second for 2013-14 Bill, the first reading of the Ruakawa Claims Settlement Bill and its referral to a Select Committee, and the first reading of the Subordinate Legislation Confirmation and Validation Bill No. 2 and its referral to a Select Committee.
The point of order, the Honourable Trevor Miller.
Mr Speaker, I in fact have 2 points of order. The first is a question as to whether this is a debatable motion.
This is a non-debatable motion.
The second point of order, Mr Speaker.
Second point of order, the Honourable Trevor
And it goes to the order of dealing with matters in the House. It is my understanding that under Speaker's Ruling 179.3, the Prime Minister's correction to statements he made in relation to the Fairfax journalist and communications should have occurred before this motion. It is to be done at the first opportunity. I can understand it going after the Fonterra matter because that can take even further priority, but my question is, sir, why hasn't that been dealt with before this motion?
And that is a matter for any minister, or in this case the Prime Minister, if he so wishes, to correct any answers. The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. No. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. A party vote has been called. Will the clerk please conduct a party vote?
New Zealand National.
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
34 votes opposed.
Green Party.
14 votes opposed.
New Zealand First.
7 votes opposed.
Maori Party. Mana.
1 vote opposed.
ACT New Zealand. The Honourable Peter Dunn.
In favour.
Brendan Horan. Any other votes?
The ayes are 64, the noes are 56. The motion is agreed to. Point of order, the Honourable Trevor Miller.
Mr Speaker, I now want to refer you again to Speaker's Ruling 179.3 and to ask you, and I want to make it absolutely clear I'm not making any allocation of breach of privilege here, where I'm going to take the Prime Minister at his public word last week that he was wrongly advised and that the errors that he made in answering questions in the House were accidents rather than anything that was deliberate. Notwithstanding that, Mr Speaker, standing orders and Speaker's rulings make it absolutely clear when an error has been made in an answer to an oral question, there is an obligation on the Minister to correct his answer to the House. Mr Speaker, I know that you are in a somewhat uncomfortable position yourself because you're not subject to oral questions, and assurances that you gave in the committee stages are somewhat of a problem to be sorted. But, sir, the obligation of the Prime Minister is absolutely clear. He must come to the House and he must correct his answer.
Order. In effect, the member's now re-raising the same point of order a second time, but reinforced with a Speaker's ruling. My ruling still stands. It is a matter now for any minister, or in this case the Prime Minister, to determine if there's an answer to be corrected, and if the member thinks that the course of action charted by the Prime Minister or any minister is unsatisfactory, the member has alternative means to raise the matter. Is this a further point of order?
Yes, Mr Speaker, and it goes to what the alternative matters are, sir. The alternative methods are. Sir, I understand that, again, taking the Prime Minister at his word that he was in error in the statements he made last week, that is not a breach of privilege. Can you inform the House whether, in fact, it is a matter of privilege not to do a correction in these circumstances? Is that the method that you're recommending I take up?
Order. No, the member can decide what action he wishes to take. If he wishes to write and allege a breach of privilege, then I would certainly have a look at that and consider, as I do any application for a breach of privilege, but I'm certainly not going to rule on that matter at this time in front of the House without a formal application from the member. Petitions. No petitions have been delivered to the clerk for presentation.